So here we go again. The man and the machine. Anthony Mundine and Danny Green. Almost 11 years on. The fiercest grudge match in Australian boxing history, Mark II. The final chapter. In boxing, there's an unwritten law about not fighting the one enemy too often, for fear of teaching him all your tricks of war. These fighters are now both in their 40s, yet still dancing under the bright lights of a business regarded as the toughest and loneliest in the world. A business where to be the champ, you must believe in yourself when no one else will.
In the most unbelievable, incomprehensible of fashion.
Here, the champion's the one who gets up when he can't. Because if you screw things up in tennis, it's 15-love. If you screw up in boxing, it's in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. It's life-changing. Green carries into the ring tonight the face of his son Archie tattooed on his arm. Mundine, his daughter Jada's name etched across his chest. The puncher and the mover. A classic in the making. In the name of Foreman versus Ali. Jack Johnson and Tommy Burns. Rose and Rudkin. Azuma Nelson and the Marrickville Mauler. Jeff Fennick.
Over Nelson.
The bigger Green, the machine, has loosened his European style, moving away from the stiffness where he could find only those standing bang in front of him.
Wow, thunder from down under.
Tonight, he'll come in behind a jab and a straight right hand, pulling and pushing and manoeuvring Mundine onto the ropes. The man? This freakish athletic talent. From rugby league to the ring, he was always world class. And didn't he let us know it?
He might be in the mind grad this week because I'm sick of tapping that ass.
Like Ali.
I have wrestled with an alligator.
The late, great Muhammad Ali.
I have tussled with a whale.
Mundine was blessed with hand and foot speed common only in fighters from much lighter divisions. A super slick jab with a brilliant right hand behind it.
Unbelievable boxing.
Enter the mover versus the puncher. So different in character and carry on. Tonight from Adelaide Oval, the historical home of the Don, Don Bradman. Welcome to the first ever boxing match under these brightest of lights. The man and the machine. Anthony Mundine versus Danny Green. The final chapter, right here on Foxtel's one and only main event.
Hello and welcome everyone to main event in the Adelaide Oval, and as it says on the famous scoreboard here on the hill, it's man versus machine 2. Anthony Mundine and Danny Green as the crowd starts to build up. The preliminary fight's out of the way. We're getting into the main undercard now on main event and then the big fight tonight. It's been more than a decade in the making and we're right to go tonight in what is going to be a magnificent sporting event tonight as well as a sporting spectacle. We can't wait for it to happen. In fact, I know Danny Green can't wait. He's been thinking about it every night for the last 10 and a half years because tonight is his date with destiny. He wants to make sure that he walks out of that ring as the main man, not the man as his opponent's nickname is, but he wants to be the man. And of course, Anthony Mundine has done it all in his sporting career, including scoring a try right here at the Adelaide Oval. Such a storied sporting achievements in so many ways. And joining me tonight from News Limited, their sporting expert Paul Kent. Welcome, Paul. We'll talk to you right throughout the course of this evening. We've got the wonderful Lauren Eagle, the Australian super featherweight champion, and as I said, Matty Johns alongside me, who played rugby league against Anthony Mundine. In fact, Anthony Mundine is still filthy and wants to fight you afterwards because he still reckons you kept him out of the Australian team.
Yeah, that's what he says. That's what he says.
Welcome, mate.
Yeah, how you going, Ed? Going good?
Can I, before we get into the boxing,
Yeah.
to set it up particularly for people from the southern states, how good an athlete is Anthony Mundine and how good a rugby league player was he?
He's a terrific player. He's our Bo Jackson. He's the first crossover, Ed, you know, and what he was, like, he used to play against certain players, right, they were really good thinkers. Chock was a pure athlete. As a footballer, he's the same as you see him as a boxer. Got really fast feet, great athlete, arrogant, healthy arrogance. And
who's this bloke chasing him here?
Yeah, that was my brother Andrew.
Yeah, no, might be one a little bit later on as well. We'll see something. There he goes. Come on, Matty, get him.
Yeah.
Is he fast?
There it is. But no, he wasn't. He was a really terrific player. One of the things that's really interesting watching Chock and watching Denny Green, the build-up to these fights, is one of the things you've got to get used to with Chock. There's a game before the game itself, Ed, and one of the things used to be, everyone who's playing rugby league used to talk it up, and if you let all the hype and the talk that he does in the papers get to you, it can really drain your energy. I remember the first time Denny fought him, I thought Chock got the best of him, you know, and it drained him a little bit when he got to the fight, and I thought that Denny looked a little bit tired, but he's looked far more comfortable to build up to this one, Denny.
Well, it's been part of the strategy, though, this time, Matt. Anthony came out deliberately right from the get-go and started calling it Denny weight. And those things, and they were not accidental. They were deliberate little barbs he discussed with his team before it was all set to go, that he's going to try and get inside Denny's head, because the one thing that Denny can be guilty of, occasionally he just loses himself a little bit in the ring, and if he gets in that mindset where he has to start chasing Anthony, and that's what he thinks he's got to do to win the fight, then Anthony's won the battle.
Lauren Eagle, welcome tonight to this amazing sporting occasion.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Atmosphere is fantastic, isn't it?
It is. Adelaide Oval is very impressive.
Now tell me about this fight tonight. You've looked at it as a fighter, as a sportswoman who has been in two codes, water skiing champion, boxing champion, so you've had a bit of a crossover in some ways as well. But yes. What's your thoughts going into this fight?
Oh, look, I'm going for Chock. I've had a bit of inside info in both camps, and Danny has booked 2 US sparring partners, whereas Mundine kept it local and has been sparring local boys. I think Mundine's approach will be more coming forward, putting pressure on a pressure fighter because they don't like it. So, and Danny Green will probably try and wear Mundine down to the body, I'd assume. Look, they're both over 40, which doesn't mean anything, Matty, don't worry.
Mate, Lauren, 40's the new 20.
I know, I feel 40, don't worry. But yeah, I really love that Mundine is a courageous athlete. He's all or nothing. You either love him or you hate him, but most people are going to watch him. And he stands for what he believes in, whether you think that's right or wrong. I like that about him. So it'll be a great fight. Long time in the making.
Matty, you're of course on the Grill team on Triple M in Sydney. The build-up in Adelaide has been unbelievable. To finish up tonight a winner for Anthony Mundine, after all the ups and downs, the blow-ups, the blow-downs, the whole thing, what does it mean to him? You're a close friend of his.
I think about this fight, Ed, about Denny Green and Chock, and chances are this, for both men, is going to be their last fight. What does it mean for their legacy? You know what? I think it's the way they fight tonight. I mean, when you watch the great fighters throughout history, even when Duran got beaten or Tommy Hearns got beaten, the nature of the way they fought dictated how people thought about them. You know, even if they lost the fight, you never lost admiration. So I think for both fighters, it's really important tonight they get out there and they fight. And they really put a good show on.
They're playing for forever tonight, aren't they?
Paul, can I put it to you that it might even be more important for Danny Green, having had to think about this for 10 and a half long years?
Not only that, Eddie, because for 10 and a half years he's been saying that the weight was what beat him, not Anthony.
Yeah.
Tonight he hasn't got that excuse because, as we all know, the weight advantage is in Danny's favour tonight. So it's sort of
incredible what Chock's done.
And
to
he
go
never
up to that weight, it's incredible.
Well, one of the big hurdles in this fight for the past decade has been their weight. Now, Denny, straight after the loss first time around, said, I can't go back to 76 at super middleweight and do that again. So he went up and as we know, ended up fighting in the cruiserweight division. So what's ended up happening, though, is they've got together because there's so much money involved, but even as little as 2 years ago, they got together, agreed on everything, agreed on the percentage of the purse, what they would take each, and all the rest of it. They couldn't agree on weight. They wanted it at 83 in the green camp. They wanted it at 81 in the Mundine camp. So on that small condition, the fight fell apart. Now they've got back together again, and they've got it back at 83. So you've got to say that the advantage is to green there.
The difference in the two men, we've had him in the grill team studio.
Yeah.
When Chock came in, he looked 71 kilos. Where Denny's a big man.
He is.
Big hands. Like, he's a much bigger man. And like, talking to people who are close to Danny Green, they reckon he'll climb into the ring tonight, maybe get 10 kilos over Chock. That's big.
Matty.
It's been 11 years in the making. The rematch, and the countdown continues here at the Adelaide Oval for Anthony Mundine, Danny Green 2, May 17, 2006. It seems a lifetime ago, or does it?
Super lightweight champion of the world, Tszyu, undefeated IBF junior welterweight champion of the world, Super Judah.
This guy is thinking real serious about winning this fight. All right, here we go, round number one of Zab Judah. As the uppercut, that time he controls. It has Judah back on his heel. And Zab attacks, and Tszyu ties him up. Tszyu forcing the second round a little bit more, but he hasn't been able to land the right hand. Costa's been busier. I think he's thrown more, and I think he's landed more. Down goes Zab Judah, and he's really hurt. He's all over the place. The fight's all over. The fight is stopped. Jay Nady has stopped the fight. Tszyu hit him with one shot and knocked him out. Zab Judah's not gonna like it. He was all over the place, falling all over the place, but Tszyu is the undisputed champion of the world.
What a night for the magnificent Tszyu. The worst start and the best finish you could ever have in a World Championship fight. And two people know what it's all about to put the championship belt around them. Is my old mate Barry Michael, the World IBF Junior Lightweight Champion.
Super featherweight
champion. Super featherweight. I like junior lightweight. It used to be junior lightweight in the old days. Super featherweight. Well, whichever way it is, you had to work hard to get down to that weight. I remember watching you up in Clarkville there, lifting logs over your head, Barry.
Exactly, mate. I think I'd struggle to make light heavyweight now, but anyway.
Lauren Eagles looking magnificent as always. A super featherweight champion. I get
Same weight.
Exactly. And you guys have actually sparred together too, haven't you?
Oh, yes, we have.
Quite a few rounds.
You and I've sparred together, and you just told me that Lauren's a far harder hitter than me.
Yeah, right.
And I believe it.
I reckon we've sparred 200 rounds, Eddie, you and I, but I reckon I've sparred about 50 with Lauren.
It's 200 zip at the moment too. Hey, let's go down. Look, just arriving now. There he is, Danny Green, ready to walk into the Adelaide Oval. He's parked underneath with his entourage and his training team. And, well, what's going through his mind, Barry? Walking in, as you did at Festival Hall all those years ago when you fought Lester Ellis, can you give us a bit of an insight into just... He's trying to stay focused and relaxed.
He's in the zone, though. He's done all the hard work. All the hard work's been done. Danny's taken this fight every night he goes to bed. Lauren will tell you the same. He thinks about this fight every single day, and he's in the zone now. He knows what he has to do. He really believes he's going to destroy Anthony Mundine, and I believe Chock believes the same. He's going to.
I spoke to him yesterday, and he was telling me that going to bed of a night time, he lies there obviously thinking about every moment of the fight. His heart rate starts to take off, and then he takes himself to a quiet place. He goes surfing in his mind with his brother. He gets the perfect wave, and he wakes up and it's the next morning already. He's been able to just get himself zoned in and zoned out of the fight. He's been thinking about it. I don't reckon there's been a night in the last 11 years that he hasn't thought about this fight. Lauren, what do you think?
No, I definitely agree. I think everything's going in his favour. You know, it's done his weight tonight, and he'll probably walk in the ring at about 90 kilos, in my opinion. Mundine will probably walk in at about 80. So, you know, that gives you a lot of confidence walking in that ring.
Well, we know that that's been his bugbear about having to come down a weight. You've got a little insight into the Mundine camp. They might come out with a shock.
I've just been told. I mean, Angelo Hyder told me that Danny's going to exert continual pressure, not rush, but continual pressure from round one, the first bell. I've also been told by a very good confidant and a very good friend of Anthony Mundine that Chock has told him that he's going to do the same to Green. He's going to put the pressure on from the first minute of the first bell, and he's saying he's going to stop Danny Green within about 8 rounds. He really believes that he's going to put the pressure on from the first bell. I reckon that could be suicide.
I'm just going to say goodbye to Danny there. He was just calling us up from the rooms there. Thanks, Danny. Good luck tonight, mate. Thank you. So that was good of Danny to call through. He's just listening to that. He said he's going to keep his hands up with those first 4 rounds.
Well, he reckons he's going to walk up and put it on Danny. I reckon that could be suicide.
Well, what do you think that might be the shock, though? Because Danny and all the entourage have thought it's going to be a replay of 11 years ago. Out comes Danny Green. First 4 rounds, whackety whack whack. And I know that Coda Nasser has told me that his team is absolutely worried that Anthony Mundine's left eye is causing him trouble, and he's worried, Barry, about the big overhand right of Danny Green. So maybe that's part of the reason. Get in, make it sharp. Maybe he gets a knockout early.
Well, all the respect I have for Chock, and he's shown some great knockout power at different times, but not for a long time. And when they fought the first time, 12 hard rounds, I don't think Danny was really hurt at any stage, and Chock hit him with everything but the corner stool. So I would be very surprised if Chock could stop Danny Green. Danny Green could stop Chock if he catches him and catches him clean.
And Chock has also just had a hip replacement a year ago, and to be honest, you're never the same again.
Well, I've been told that he's better than ever. He reckons the best it's been in a decade.
But you can't run on a hip replacement as much as you can with a normal hip. It just wears it down too much.
Famous Adelaide face there, Roger Rashid in the Mundine rooms. Mick Gatto in the rooms there with Danny Green. And,
very relaxed.
Mick knows both fighters. He'll probably be in both rooms before the fight. So
for sure.
Mick will be sitting ringside tonight as always. So Danny Green catching up with old friends and staying relaxed. I think that's the key. Danny, as we know, you talk about the red mist, the green mist comes around him, and he just gets himself sometimes too fired up. And it was interesting in talking to him that the big thing he's been doing, because he's got that bulge disc in his back, he's been doing a lot of work in the water. He says he's fitter and running faster and doing more running than he has in years. And look at him, he looks, I reckon he's put on the weight. He just looks so lean. He said people come up and they can't believe at 43 years of age how he's been able to peel that weight off, and he has been having a really good diet, not the old boxer's diet, but a really good nutrition diet for a long time. He's been on the weight for a fair while, so he's cherry ripe and ready to go. But so too does Anthony Mundine. Just look nice and relaxed there in the rooms, just in his own thought process at the moment. Lauren, you know this guy. How do you think he's going just at the moment, just building up quietly?
Green and Mundine. Well, just looking at here visually, you can tell that they're pretty much about the same age, but Mundine has cut a lot of weight in his fight career and then put it on, yo-yoed a fair bit, and Danny sort of stayed around. He's been smart. He's stayed around the same weight. And I think that's quite visible there. I think Mundine looks a lot more tense here. Danny Green definitely looks a lot more relaxed. But then again, like I said, he's got the advantage with the weight and the power.
Barry, did you like people coming into the rooms?
Yes, once I was down there, once you've done all the work, I used to love people coming in the room because it just takes your mind off it, because you already know what you have to do, so you sit back and relax and greet friends. And some people are different. They like to get in a zone and have no one around them, but I was the opposite.
Okay, we've got a bit of time to go. Let's go. The next fight's coming up, Barry. Take us through the tail of the tape here, because it's Mark Dalby against Timothy Tszyu, the eldest son of the great Costa Tszyu. We saw him in action a few moments ago against Tszyu in that amazing world title fight. Second fight up for young Tim Tszyu.
Tim Tszyu, 22 years of age, against his 38-year-old opponent, both coming in under the middleweight limit, which is 72.5, 71.5 kilos Tim Tszyu, 71.8 Mark Dalby. Dalby's got the height advantage, 185 centimetres to 174, and the reach advantage. But Tim Tszyu, I think, we lost one fight out of about 33 as an amateur.
That's right.
Won 6 round win as a professional, and is a dead ringer for his father. And I think he's going to prove to be a great boxer in the future.
Crowd building up, atmosphere's going, big names all around. Let's go down to Perikale for this bout number 5.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Adelaide Oval, live around Australia and on Main Event. Introducing first, from the red corner, fighting out of Salisbury in Adelaide, please welcome Mark Dalby.
One for the locals to cheer, Mark Dalby. Born in Elizabeth, lives in Salisbury, right here in South Australia. A record that probably doesn't indicate just how tough, just how durable he is. He is a tough fella. He's old school, and I guess in that type of terminology you would judge him as a journeyman. I like him. The promoters like him. He's a fighter.
Also fighting on the big stage here tonight, Andy, that says a lot too. You know, that's going to really lift the fighter. Fighting at his home crowd on the big stage.
His opponent. This man is Boxing Royalty Dynasty. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tszyu.
The son of a gun, Grandpa. On his left, look at the similarities. Unbelievable as the sun sets here in Adelaide. Sun is rising on another star. Tszyu for the second time as a professional.
Starting to get towards the business end of the night, Andy, and you can feel the adrenaline starting to build around the crowd. It's just starting to really get exciting, isn't it?
Let's go to Perry Cale for the official introductions.
Bout number 6 of 9 of the evening, 6 by 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. When the action begins, our referee in charge is Mr. Tony Moretta. Firstly, to my right, fighting out of the red corner. This man is self-trained, official weight, 71.8 kilograms, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall. Tonight, he's wearing the white shorts with a black trim. A member of the 2006 Commonwealth Games, ranked number 28 in Australia. 16 fights for 4 wins, one by way of knockout. Fighting out of Salisbury in Adelaide, please welcome Mark Dalby. And his opponent to my left, fighting out of the blue corner, training out of the Tszyu Academy. Official weight, 71.5 kilograms, standing 5 feet 8.5 inches tall. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, wearing the silver shorts with the blue trim, fighting out of Sydney, New South Wales, representing Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the son of the Thunder from down under, Tszyu. Please welcome, with a fight record of 1 fight for 1 win, this is Tszyu. Fighters to center ring, please, for final instructions.
Rounds of boxing, okay? Let's keep it clean. Obey my instructions at all times. Defend yourself at all.
Oh, and lucky to make the opening bell. Almost got taken out by one of the ring card girls. I guess there'd be worse ways to go.
Tszyu looks all business.
Doesn't he?
All focused.
On main event, welcome to Adelaide, South Australia. The countdown continues. The undercard continues. We're at middleweight, 72.57 kilos. 160 pound or 11 stone 6. And we are scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Mark Dalby, the local boy. And the white and the black is dropped and stopped early.
Right from the start, Andy, we can see the similarities with him and his father, Costa. Long arm out long, finds that jab, bang, he's got power. He's got some really good power.
Oh, Dalby is average on his feet. After just 40 seconds, Tszyu looking for one shot to finish it. Has got the right arm cocked. Already a big knockout. Again, rocking Dalby, the veteran. Back into the ropes.
It's no secret. Tszyu just needs to stay relaxed. Just keep doing what he's doing. The opening will come.
Going the right hand, Tszyu is the danger punch, changing his levels, operating with the left into the midsection, trying to get the hands down of Mark Dalby. Hands go down, the opportunity rises for another clean shot up high. Another big right hand. Tszyu relentless. Stalking like his famous father.
I like the way he's just calm and relaxed. He knows he's got his opponent hurt. He knows he's got everything going his way, but he's just staying calm. And he's looking for that jab to the body, hoping that it'll open something up.
Goes to the body. Just over 60 seconds remaining in the first. That Dalby would have done very well to get through.
Poor Dalby hasn't really recovered. He's still unsteady
Exactly right. Still really battling. Tszyu looking for an opening here. He would love to end this early after going the 6 rounds on debut against Zoran Cassidy in December of last year. Throws Dalby back into the ropes. Cocked another heavy shot to the side of the head, perhaps the temple. 30 seconds remaining in the round. Doubling up the left hand. Caught Dalby very much by surprise.
He's doing everything right here, Tszyu. And what I really like what he does is when his opponent, when Dalby comes forward, Tszyu goes back. He doesn't get too overconfident, stand there punching. He throws his nice shots. Dalby moves forward. Like you see there, Tszyu just steps back, takes that half step back, and then he's first again. It's a sign that he's been very, very well taught, which is no surprise.
Dalby bruised and battered above and below, both eyes already and feeling very average. What a performance from this young man, Tszyu, in the opening round. I remember watching him and playing with him in the corner of his father's gym many, many years ago. He could punch as a 2-year-old. Now he's doing it as a 22-year-old. What a punching performance. Early shot and dropped as Dalby.
Nice little short left hook. He's got that arm out long like his famous father used to, and he can just hook off it, he can jab off it, or he can just move back. That time there, he hooked off it, and it was very, very successful.
Caught cold, Mark Dalby, wasn't he?
He was. And, you know, as most boxers know, the first round is always the most dangerous round. That's the time that you're really sus to get caught.
So does the game plan change for either man as we move into round number 2? Back underneath the bowels of the Sir Donald Bradman stand, Anthony Mundine starting his physical preparation. Very easy. Low-level warm-up. While out in the ring, Mark Dalby and Tszyu, a high level, high risk. They're putting it all on the line here in front of a crowd that has really built up over the last half an hour.
It's no secret, and Tszyu just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and he's doing it perfectly. Dalby, on the other hand, it's hard for him because every time he comes forward like that, Tszyu just moves back out of range. And Tszyu's got that longer reach and that fast jab. He's got that nice, quick, crisp punching power.
Just missing with the right hand there, Tszyu. Can look forward to let Dalby get back into this. Mark really on the back foot from the opening shot, the opening couple of seconds. Going caught with the left hand there. It's a short, sharp snap of Tszyu.
I mean, and everyone became a fan of Tim's dad, Costa, and I think, you know, I can just foresee the short future here that everyone's going to become a fan of Tszyu as well. This guy's a very, very exciting, dangerous fighter.
Quite a name to carry. Quite an act to follow. Tim, his own man, doing his own thing. Supported by Mum Natasha, his sister Anastasia and brother Nikita. Just from their Sydney base. Launching in with the left hand. Low percentage shot. Looked $1 million though.
He's enjoying himself in there, Andy. He's just enjoying himself in the ring. Everything is going his ways. He has this under control.
Nice right hand from Tim. Popping them out. Big, strong, raw bone kid, isn't he? Wide across the shoulders.
He is, and he has that European style with that hand out and that nice straight right that follows it. The Cubans and the Russians and the amateur all seem to have that style, and Tim does it perfectly. He really does. Look at this young man.
He's busting up Mark Dalby here with 20 seconds remaining in round number 2.
Like we talked about before, Andy, you know, when is enough? I mean, there's no way I believe that Mark Dalby is going to turn this fight around, so either his corner or maybe the referee would have to intervene soon.
Yeah, may not be too far off because it was an awkward-looking knockdown in that opening round, that opening couple of seconds. Back to the corners we go. Where to from here for that young man?
He keeps cutting off the corner. And then can you watch that mouth gun out, Barry? Yeah. Yeah, just move. I know he keeps playing the ring. Can't move to the right. His left hook's up.
Mark Dalby openly said, he keeps cutting me off. I can't move. He keeps cutting off the ring.
Catch him on the way in. Where's the first name? Yeah, just catch him on the way in. Are you alright? Yeah. Only 2 more rounds. Where's mouth guard back, Barry? Just jab and move.
An urgency there, but they were still able to maintain a calmness, certain composure, a level of it in the red corner. Very important. The mindset of Mark. Straight away he starts round number 3 back on the ropes. Tszyu just looking so good. Another shot getting through. Dalby's down. Tszyu got him on the way down as well. The counter's being put on.
Dalby's corner has a towel in the hand. It wouldn't be a bad move to just throw that towel.
Yeah, the towel is in the hand of the red corner. They don't want to risk injury. Any further injury. And Tszyu, take it easy. The towel is in and it is over. The red corner retiring their fighter. Mark doesn't like it. It was in his best interests, and a big victory, an impressive victory to Tszyu, who is now 2-0. Super impressive from this young man. He looks the part. He can fight too, Carly Meehan. He can fight.
He can. We've seen some good fights here tonight, Andy Raymond. All, you know, building up to this main event that everybody in Australia is getting excited about, and I can just feel the tension right here. You just know it's fight time. You know, when Michael Buffer started talking and the sun started going down, it's just an exciting place to be, isn't it?
Absolutely. Going to be some fabulous fights. There's more black t-shirts than I've ever seen before. We're going to set a world record of crowd members wearing sunglasses at the Adelaide Oval tonight. And Tszyu flawless in his performance in just his second fight. He was given a veteran, a journeyman like Mark Dalby, and made very short work of him. Very impressive. Let's go centre ring to Perry and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tony Moretta puts a stop to this contest 1 minute 2 seconds into the third round after throwing in the towel from their corner. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Tszyu.
Great performance, Tszyu. Let's go centre ring and get a chat with the winner, with Ben Damon.
Congratulations, Tim. It was, in this instance, Tszyu in 3, and it went exactly according to the plan, I suppose.
Yeah, well, we trained hard. We did our work. Mark's a tough fella, and I came in for everything, and that's what happened.
What was it like fighting here at Adelaide Oval in front of this huge crowd at a stadium in your second professional fight?
It's a great atmosphere. I love it. And it's such an addictive feeling. I want it over and over again now. And hopefully one day the main event will be myself, and young up-and-comers could be fighting on the undercard.
We just heard your opponent there say to you that your dad was actually his favourite fighter. He also indicated that maybe he's got a new favourite fighter in yourself.
Well, I think my dad's everyone's favourite fighter in the whole of Australia. And I think now it's my turn. So everyone, please get behind me. Who knows? The world can take you anywhere.
Your father isn't here at the moment, but he will have been watching this in some capacity, or he certainly will at some stage. But you are off, I believe, to join him in Russia for a training camp.
Yeah, the plan is to go to Russia. The plan is to do, I think, a 1-month training camp in the desert, away from all technology, away from everything, and just fully have concentration. And hopefully that'll make me tougher, because I've got a lot more to learn. I'm new to this game. I've got such a big last name, so people expect so much, but I'm here to do my own journey, and I don't want people to judge me because of my father. Yes, it's great that I've got such a last name that can bring me to events such as this as a second professional fight, but I'm the one that does the punching in the ring, and I'm the one that puts in the work, and I'm the one that got the victory tonight.
And just quickly before you do go, what is your prediction for the main event tonight, Mundine and Green?
I'm not going to say any prediction, but whoever's got the heart and the hunger to win will win.
Congratulations, Tszyu. A second professional victory.
Thank you.
Very professional, Tszyu. What a night here in Adelaide, and the countdown continues to our main event. On the other side of the break, our comprehensive preview and analysis continues. This is Mundine Green 2 from the City of Churches.
Lonely Planet has named South Australia one of its best regions to visit in 2017. With so many experiences so close to Adelaide, the recognition comes as no surprise. The Adelaide Hills, the beautiful Barossa Valley, each have their own character, with great restaurants, friendly locals, amazing wine, stunning scenery, and the Riverbank precinct is also a hive of activity. Big games of football, big fight night tonight, plenty of action and fun here in Adelaide tonight. Let's go back to Barry Michael and Paul Kent to have a look back on that fight we just saw there. And that is exciting for Australian boxing to see young Tszyu 2-0 now and with a knockout next to his name, Barry.
Undoubtedly, Eddie. You know, he looks so much facially like his father. He's a lot taller, but he's just got that controlled style, just totally in control from the opening second, and just bided his time, Paul. You know, I think, and you know, credit to Mark Dalby, he showed a lot of heart, but Timothy Tszyu's got a huge future.
Yeah, absolutely. He's even got the black eyes that Kostya had, which was just so fierce and penetrating. The other thing too that I really liked was he showed like he had so much more to still give.
Yes.
He fought within himself. He was very calm after the first knockout. He didn't lose his sense of rhythm or anything and push it too hard. He kept nice and calm. Unlike his father, Eddie, I'll tell you about his father.
Tell me about the early days. Come on.
The early days when Tszyu made his debut on the Jeff Fettig Kazuma Nelson undercard at Princes Park in Melbourne, Johnny Lewis, he'd come over from a well-storied amateur career that we all knew about, 270 fights as an amateur, a world championship as an amateur. So Johnny was a bit concerned that the amateur style might come into his professional career, so he said to Tszyu before the fight, Tszyu, look, really important, I just want you to go out and make sure you win the first round. He didn't want him to be overawed or bullied by Daryl Hiles, his opponent. So go out and win the first round. So Tszyu being Tszyu goes out, knocks Daryl Hiles out in the first round, and afterwards they're in the dressing room, he says, Johnny, why did I have to win in the first round?
I've heard that story. It's so true. But he was an amazing fighter, Tszyu, and he was absolutely incredible. Yeah, top of the world light welterweight champion for a decade.
Yeah, and I was very impressed with the way Timothy spoke after the fight, where he acknowledged his father and the greatness of his father and the support around Australia for his father, but also said, listen, this is my career, and I'm the one in there doing the training, I'm doing the fighting, so hopefully you can get behind me too. And that humility is exactly what his father had, and it's what endeared him to Australians all around the country.
Very much, Paul. I hope you have a long time writing about Timothy Tszyu in the News Limited papers. Good on you, mate. All right. So welcome back. We're ready to go at the Adelaide Oval. We'll be heading to what is a controversial national anthem with Anthony Mundine electing to stay in the rooms with Jessica Mauboy in a few moments' time. But now let's have a chat, boys. Let's get your final thoughts. Paul Kent and world champion Barry Michael. Paul, your thoughts now at this moment in time. This is where it gets down to it. There's no more mucking around. They've been abusing each other for the best part of 11 years.
Yep.
Anthony Mundine, a clear winner first time round. Danny Green just couldn't lay a glove on him, but here we go again.
Yeah, different fight, different times, Ed. Look, what they're fighting for tonight is nothing. There's a cruiserweight title or something on the line. They're fighting for the championship of each other tonight. They're fighting for legacy. That's what it's all about. Forget everything else. My concern about this fight for Anthony Mundine is that in his past 3 fights, he has hit the canvas 9 times against fighters who are junior middleweights and middleweights. He's fighting a much bigger fighter tonight, and Danny Green, even for a bigger fighter, is a good puncher. I think Danny's only got to land once, he wins the fight. What I found is interesting about this, though, is all the talk from people around the Mundine camp is that Mundine is going to attack Danny early in a bid to unsettle him. Now, we spoke, Barry and I, to Angelo Hyder, who is Danny's trainer this afternoon, and he was talking about how it's important for Danny to not get frustrated by Mundine, because when he does, he begins to tense up. Yep. Mundine knows that. So Mundine's going to try to unsettle him early to try and get Danny to tense up. Now, if that happens, Danny goes down. He will get beaten over the long run. He'll go down on points, and it's a Mundine fight. So it's going to be a real war here. Danny's got to try and get Anthony to sit in the pocket and stand in front of him, and that way he can punch. Anthony's got to try and stay long and keep moving and not get caught on the ropes. If he gets caught on the ropes, again, he's in trouble.
Barry, you once said to me that you wouldn't let Danny Green pat your horse because he'd knock it out.
Oh, look, he's such a heavy hitter. He's heavy-handed. If he hits you, you're in trouble. And as you said in the first fight, Anthony Mundine put on an absolute boxing classic and boxed and punched and moved. But what I'm hearing, and Paul's heard the same, it's like he's going to commit suicide. He wants to come out there. He's got this real stern look on his face. I don't know whether it's nerves or what, but if he comes out and fights the fight that I've been told he's going to fight, I think it'll be suicide. He's going to walk out and attack Greenie and try and push him backwards. Now, Greenie's a bigger, stronger man with heavier hands. The way that Choc should fight the fight is the way it move. His hips good now. Move, use his jab, stay at range, keep moving, keep side on, because they're worried about his left eye. And Choc is very good at making that right hand miss when he's on top.
Now, boys, we're going to get some shots from the room, and I love this. They've said no more cameras. Out you go. We've done everything in the build-up to the fight. Now we just want to get centred and ready to go. National anthem probably 3 or 4 minutes away, and then it's on. Paul, what are your thoughts now, mate?
Oh, look, again, one of the unknowns we don't know, Eddie, is the hip problem with Mundine.
Yep.
Now, I heard when he had the operation, he came back from England and he came back an inch taller because he was able to stand upright for the first time in a long time. That's how much trouble the hip was giving him.
Yeah.
All reports we've heard throughout this camp is that he's had no problems and he's moving freely again, and he's moving like he hasn't for years. Based on that, you can begin to discount the past fights that he's had.
Yes.
So there's a lot of unknowns about
Exactly.
this.
What comes over? Danny Green told me he had a cortisone injection in his bulge disc before Christmas. He's freed himself up. He's been doing a lot of water work in the pool, ice and massage. Feels great. His daughter won the Open National Championship, swimming championship here in Adelaide last week. He's feeling good. He's feeling great. The last fight he had, his niece had passed away tragically the month before. He's feeling great about himself at the moment. He said to me, "I'm just ready to go and feeling really within myself."
He certainly does look it. He really does look it. And look, as I said, well, what Paul said is true about the amount of times Mundine has been knocked down. As a fighter gets older, and when you see him, a fighter that hasn't been getting knocked out, all of a sudden he's getting knocked down or knocked out, the resistance is going. Means the resistance is going, and the resistance doesn't generally come back. Putting on the extra weight, having the hip fixed, is that going to make the difference? And that's going to be a lot. The way I look at it,
you can't put muscles on the chin.
No, you can't put muscles on the chin, but you can move a lot better and not be caught like you had earlier against smaller, lighter fighters at a weight that I thought was unhealthy for him. 69.7 he was fighting. It was ridiculous. He looked like a gutted rabbit to me. He never looked well.
Paul, the talking's over. It's time now to go down for the national anthem and Michael Buffer. Game on.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. We would like everyone to please rise at this time for the national anthem of Australia, to be performed by our very special guest, recording star Miss Jessica Malbay.
A magnificent rendition from Jessica Malboy, and you can hear the crowd behind us now. This is the great tradition right around the world, but particularly here in Australia. Once the national anthem's over, everybody's ready to go, the roar of the crowd, and now we're getting set for Anthony Mundine to make his entrance here at the Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, big fight this. Like you can start to hear it now in the crowd. I'm really interested to see what this reaction is going to be like when Anthony comes in, because I tell you what, I think they're going to rattle the rafters loose.
I reckon they are, Paul. I mean, some of the things Anthony said about so many things, and really, outside the ring, as you know, he's a nice guy. It's just about selling tickets, but the people here are going to give him the worst booing I've ever heard, I reckon. They're going to give it to him like you wouldn't believe.
Well, a big West Australian contingent here tonight, all coming over from Perth with Danny Green. Of course, a lot of people around the place. Here's the first shots of Anthony Mundine ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to Michael Buffer as he introduces these two great fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Adelaide Oval, let's get this party started! Now, making his entrance to the ring, here comes the official challenger, Anthony, the Man, Mundine!
Every play needs its villain, and Anthony Mundine is easily cast in that role. There can't be a more polarising figure in Australian sport, and his absence over the past couple of minutes speaks freshly to that. The most flamboyant, charismatic, diverse, explosive athlete that there's ever been in this country, ever. That's how Mundine sees himself, and he cares little if you agree or not. Precision, power, accuracy and cheekiness were his trademarks in that bout 11 years ago. It was the perfect display of controlled boxing. A night Mundine would long savour when he laid legitimate claim to being the country's finest fighter. There have been moments, there have been peaks, and in recent times he has endured punishment. He walks on a surgically repaired hip with concerns over a left eye. He sweltered through the punishing Queensland heat in preparation. He rated himself a 100-to-1 underdog, and in the next breath pledged to make the impossible possible. When he steps into this ring, he does so with reassurance that he was born to entertain. I know I can put on a show. I'm at home. I'm at peace. It is his 55th professional fight. And in his own words, this is the last time you'll see the man do his thing. To centre ring at the Adelaide Oval comes Anthony Mundine.
And now making his entrance to the ring, the defending champion, the Green Machine, Danny Gray.
soundtrack of Danny Green's boxing career. Men at Work's iconic land down under. He chose it at the Sydney Olympics at the climax of his amateur grounding. He was 27. He felt he was too old for rap and heavy rock. What he wanted was an anthem to bring the crowd to his back. Something that everyone in the arena would know, from kids to adults to grandmas. And on the voices, they're at Danny Green's back again tonight. He started training for this journey as a 13-year-old, and there's no doubting his accomplishments along the way. But the first Mundine fight hangs over him. So much was invested in that bout, and for all that Mundine might talk, when he says he scored Green that night at the Sydney Football Stadium, that's gospel. And for a man like Green, doubtless, it's been a splinter in the mind's eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Adelaide Oval here in Adelaide, South Australia, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. As Green Machine Promotions, headed by Justin Manilokis, and Team Mundine, headed by Kota Nasa, present live and exclusive on Foxtel's main event, our featured contest of the evening. It's the rematch. 10 rounds for the Australian Cruiserweight Championship, sanctioned by the Australian National Boxing Federation, National Secretary, Mr. Frank Hadley. Your judges scoring from ringside, from the United States, Steve Morrow. From South Australia, Tom Ferruto. From the United States, Herbert Min. And your referee in charge of the action, from the United States, the world-class veteran referee, Mr. Frank Garza. And now, from the Adelaide Oval here in South Australia, boxing fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world and wishing they could be here, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with black and gold, official weight 79.68 kilos. As a professional, 54 fights, 47 victories, including 27 wins by knockout, with 7 defeats, and he's captured 3 world titles. Tonight, he challenges for the Australian Cruiserweight title. Ladies and gentlemen, from Redfern, New South Wales, Australia, former middleweight world champion and former 2-time super middleweight champion of the world, Anthony the Man Mundine. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trimmed with green. His official weight, 82 kilograms. In 40 professional fights, he has 35 victories, including 28 big wins by knockout against 5 defeats, and is a 3-time world champion. From Perth, Western Australia, former light heavyweight world champion, former 2-time cruiserweight world champion, the reigning and defending Australia Cruiserweight champion, he is Danny the Green Machine Green.
Get back a little bit. Already addressed this in the dressing room. This is a little bit high. Danny, I'm giving you this part up here. You got it? Okay. His is okay, so I'm not giving you any part of his trunks. Touch them up. May the best man win.
The buzz is in the air.
When the animosity is this real, once was never likely to be enough. The bell tolls in the city of churches for Mundine Green 2. Jared Waitley and Ted Kofi ringside. All anticipation around a fast start. They were givens in the first fight. They are questions now. Has age dulled the power of Green? Have the years condemned the speed of Mundine? Can Green stick Mundine early? He's trying for all he's worth.
He's given it everything, Danny Green. He's come out, he really wants to assert himself. He's just said, right, this is my fight. He's trying to take it to him. But Mundine's going to stay on the retreat and try and be offensive on the retreat from the looks of things.
The opening round was the only one that Green truly won in that first fight. He's out to serve intent.
Using his weight to hustle and bustle him and press him, make him tired, put pressure on Mundine.
Let him go, let him go, let him go.
Oh, that was a nasty shot.
That is a moment of controversy, and Green is rocked. He is down.
Oh.
Where is Frank Garza in this?
This is controversy from the start.
He pushes Mundine away. Green is on rubber legs. It can't end like this, Ted.
It can't end like this, but the referee had them both in the middle, and he caught them clean with left hand while the referee was right there. Of course, protect yourself at all times, but I don't know what the referee's doing or thinking. This is extremely controversial.
Of all the possibilities, this was not one that had been countenanced in any way.
Mundine really should be in a neutral corner if the fight's going to continue.
Dr. John O'Neill on the spot. The referee
1 point off,
deducting a point. But what damage has been done, Ted?
Well, yeah,
Green had nothing underneath him when he hit the canvas.
Oh, his legs are jelly. His legs were absolute jelly, and Mundine's going to go for him. He's giving him a massive psychological advantage.
So they brawl.
Yep, Green's going to make it rough. He's trying to rough it up, turning it into a fight.
There's always been ill will. There are flashes of anger in there right now.
We'll call that a cheap shot, Jared. We'll call it a cheap shot.
Well, it's hard to view any other way.
Yeah. But obviously Mundine is taking a bit of that power up with him in weight, and that's going to be significant as this fight continues.
And Green's got to take some time to find himself and then to establish a rhythm. It's not like he's had a whole lot of ring time recently either.
Exactly.
The muscle memory, the punch flow, but to get rocked like that, and there will have been a moment as he leant against the ropes where he wondered if this was done.
Absolutely, and as did the whole crowd.
It's a startling beginning.
Green looks purposeful, but, you know, he was really, really hurt bad. He was hurt bad.
He looks less than he did, frankly.
He did. His legs don't look stable. His eyes don't look sharp. That really, really did pay some dividends for Anthony Mundine. I don't know what the referee did or how he saw it, or it was extremely controversial.
Green keeping his distance, and Mundine avoiding any big blows.
It's a difficult round to score, but Mundine lost the point.
Those opening 3 minutes will be so heavily debated. We must see again what happened and where the referee was and what liberties Mundine took.
Water over his head, over his head. Give me a water bottle. Water over his head.
Ted, take us through it.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that's not on.
Yeah, the referee, he was looking at the ref. I mean, protect yourself at all times. I mean, the referee didn't say stop, but the fact that the referee was there probably indicates that he should have stopped. There you go. He's looking at the ref. Yeah. The referee didn't actually break the fighter, so it was legal.
debated.
Yeah, it was legal.
He's done nothing for Mundine's status in the fight. He is the villain.
But that might just be the straw that broke the camel's back.
It was written that if Green doesn't get Mundine out of there in 2 rounds, he will have underperformed. All of those scripts have now been torn up.
Green looks very, very purposeful, almost angry.
He is angry.
Yeah. But I tell you what, Mundine is a slick operator, and that anger without control might play right into his hands. So Green has to compose himself and keep his hands up on the inside.
So a chance to take some deep breaths and then re-establish himself in the fight. That's how Danny Green will have used the break.
I think Mundine will take great confidence from that, albeit a little bit lopsided.
Green has the advantage of height and reach and weight and power. But he knows that Mundine is no mug.
He's definitely not. Mundine's got the edge in speed, and the referee almost took a crack there as well.
Frank Garza is the central figure in this.
Neither one of you are listening to me. You're going to listen to me now, okay? I'm not debating here. Both of you are going to listen to me now, okay? All right, let's go.
The referee's going to earn his money tonight.
It was roughhouse the first time around. It's bordering on a brawl.
Danny Green using his weight just to tire the legs out of Anthony Mundine, leaning on him purposefully. Mundine's aiming to look forward. Mundine's now starting to take the centre of the ring. It's going to be a dangerous place for Danny Green to be if Mundine starts taking control of this fight.
The evasive skills of Mundine, which was such a feature previously, and they are doubtless dulled by the years.
If you follow the script in this fight, Green should be pushing Mundine back at every minute of the fight. If that changes, then it's going to signal danger for Danny Green. But
the Adelaide Oval has never been like this. I can assure you of that.
Full of energy, full of energy.
It's a majestic venue. Typically, it is partisan, and they have chosen sides tonight.
Yep, they certainly have.
Adelaide was pitched as a neutral venue. It is no such thing.
Far from it. That's what Mundine's got to do if he wants to be successful. Use his jab, keep him on the outside. Use his ring generalship, his skill, but Danny Green is trying to use his strength and just overrode him.
And again, they're hard to separate. The dying seconds of the second round. 10 are scheduled. Green's throwing punches, but not landing the heavy artillery.
Exactly.
It's scrappy.
Extremely.
Can't be separated in that round.
No.
Into the Mundine corner.
Hey, you gotta fight him a little bit more. You gotta put a little bit more, okay? And come back and get up on the turning like that. And don't turn down here. I know. Hey, when you're inside, hit to his body too. When you're inside, hit to his body, roughly. And quit trying to hit so big inside. Don't try to hit so big inside.
There you go, Mundine was complaining to his corner that Danny was holding on the inside, and there you see it. Some rough house tactics on the inside, and the referee took the second cheap shot of the fight.
Mundine forecast his fate when this was booked. He said Green should knock me out in the third or fourth round.
But round one, the controversy of round one would have given Mundine a bucket load of confidence, and it may have changed the whole tone of the contest.
He hasn't got anything to show for it yet.
But he looks confident. Mundine's now taking the middle of the ring. He's working off the jab. He's pushing Danny back a little bit. And Danny Green is really got to use his composure and fight with sensibility and not with anger, because Mundine will take advantage if that happens.
Mundine looking to land a roundhouse of his own. to test his own power with the additional weight that he's got. His camp felt that he could be dangerous.
Yeah, he needs to hurt Anthony Mundine and really get his respect in there. But Anthony Mundine's elusive.
He's as slippery as ever.
He is.
Green searching for the way in, and he wears run around the back.
None of these guys wanting to give a millimetre, inside or outside. Danny Green working down the body, trying to slow Anthony Mundine down, coming back to the top of the head with the jab and a right hook.
And they wrestle into the corner.
None of these guys want to give an inch.
No art or subtlety, just brawn.
Absolutely. But I can see Anthony Mundine trying to turn this into a bit of a boxing match as he takes a right hand from Danny Green there. But Green's not having it. He wants to make this a brawl.
He's trying to snap the jab, Mundine.
He is. Danny Green has to keep him out of his rhythm. That must be his objective. I'm sure that was his objective in the training. Don't let him get into a rhythm where he performs very well, Anthony Mundine.
Mundine trying to corner Green. Stays clear of the jab. Looking for the left once and twice.
Yeah, Mundine looking for the big shot. Danny Green saw it coming. Danny's starting to fight in spurts now. Looks like he's sucking in the air a little bit.
It's a fight in search of some true rhythm. Mundine heavy with two swings.
Borderline low, but the referee let it go.
Green drives at Mundine, who stays underneath.
Danny Green trying to go high and low.
That's a nice right.
Nice right uppercut.
The short right of Green, maybe the best punch of the round. Hard to get anything out of it though still. Into the Green corner.
Bring that breath down. Jab's got to hit his chest. The rest come and see how the uppercut comes. Understand? Then the right hand's going to come after it.
Oh, God.
You're winning these rounds. Okay, we've got 3 rounds there. Let's keep our hands up. Move around, breathe, and get in the gear a little bit better. Okay, we need to get in that gear a bit better. And we need to keep peppering that chest with the jab. Just keep hitting it with zingers. And then the right hand will come. If you're comfortable landing those zingers, the right hand's going to come instinctively.
Round 4.
It's been raucous. It's been rowdy in the ring. Round 4, the Mundine camp set the marker. If he could avoid getting busted up in 4 rounds, the fight was his to win.
Mundine has certainly started to look more confident. He's taking the centre of the ring as he comes in, and he's looking more purposeful. But he gets caught there by Danny Green right off the arm.
2 men who know each other's moves well. Looking to counter and blunt.
Well, Danny Green just seems to be doing a little bit more in this round, but he doesn't seem to be moving Anthony Mundine the way he did. And Mundine's now looking for them big shots.
Green tagged him a couple of times coming off the ropes.
Certainly, yeah. The referee's reading the right act. It already looks like Mundine's looking for that big right hand. He's just trying to set him up for the 1-2. He's looking to get it over Green's low left hand when he brings it down.
They're cagey in the centre of the ring.
You can see Mundine's waiting, but whilst he's waiting, Danny Green's picking up points, but he's waiting for the right hand. Almost over-patient.
He's just registering with blows to the bicep. Mundine's drawn a little blood from the Green nose.
He has. He's throwing some nice jabs in there.
The jab is very much in vogue. And that's when Mundine becomes a true danger.
think
he marches Green around.
And it's really going to upset the strategy of Danny Green if Anthony Mundine can push him back. You can really feel the atmosphere of a grudge match here.
It is thick with tension.
Absolutely.
Mundine backed up against the ropes, but Green couldn't land anything of substance.
Mundine defending well on the retreat there.
Off his head, off his head.
There he goes, looking for the big haymakers and telegraphing it somewhat.
Green with the uppercut. Mundine just leans out of the way of the straight left.
There you go, Mundine's pushing him back. Danny Green's shots don't seem to be hurting him quite as much. Mundine's just looking purposeful. He's got that fire in his eyes. He's looking to land the big shots.
Here could punches from Mundine.
I'm not sure.
Green down on a knee.
I think he caught him halfway on the way down.
Let's get it clean again. 1, 2, 3, go.
Closing seconds of the 4th round. Green goes for Mundine. They fight hard in the corner. Mundine goes after the bell.
What does the bell matter?
It's a dirty fight. It's hard to see it any other way for the moment. The blue corner is where Anthony Mundine sits.
Look, you gotta hold on. You gotta hit his body. You gotta hit his body. If you hit his body, all that other stuff will open up for you. You know what I mean? And when you do hit him in the head, you kind of hit him too big. Get where you can touch him first, and then you can hit him. And keep your face going, too.
Hey, you see the action there. Danny Green trying to mill on the retreat as Anthony Mundine continues to push him back and land them beautiful jabs, which has caused a little bit of damage on Danny Green. Competitive, but Mundine looks like he's slowly turning it around and pushing back the aggressor. Here you see Danny Green pushing him, trying to use his weight advantage.
Round 5, Mundine through the threshold. Call me the Black Houdini, he said before the fight. It shouldn't be possible. Mundine wants him to feel the power.
There doesn't look to be a physical difference in the size. They look very even. And now that it's gone this far, like you say, Mundine's going to start to feel very confident psychologically. And boxing is an 80 to 90% psychological game, so it's going to work in his favour.
And once that jab starts to get through, it has an element of deja vu about it. Green is bleeding anew.
He is, but Danny's been here so many times, a little bit of blood won't hurt him. He wants this bad.
The combination of punches, 3 in a flurry from Green. Mundine got him coming back the other way, and Green got right back on his mark. There's better intent from Danny Green in round 5.
He's landed some good shots in this round. Green's throwing more shots in this round. There you go. Anthony Mundine's just looking for that right hand. Is waiting a little bit too much for my liking. He needs to keep working off his jab and using his boxing skill. There you go.
Okay, off his head, off his head.
Working into the body. Entangled, these two. And they have been metaphorically for 16 years.
Absolutely. In the sport of boxing, when you hurt somebody in the first round, it can actually act as a negative deterrent, because you think you can always knock them out, and you just wait for that one punch, and you sometimes eliminate or forget some of your own boxing skill. And I think that may have happened a little bit here to Anthony Mundine. Is just waiting for that counter punch a little bit too long, and Danny Green's picking up the points.
Green landed the right. Mundine fights back with the left.
Oh, nice right hand by Danny Green. Nice right hand.
It sent the sweat spraying from Mundine's head. Mundine chasing the round. Green looking to ram home the advantage.
Good fight. Mundine's in the middle of the ring. Mundine's face just looks more poised, more determined, more purposeful. Danny Green looks like he's been in more of a battle.
Heading towards the halfway mark of the fight. Controversial from the very outset. Delicately poised.
You couldn't expect anything else.
She's tight, Ted.
Yeah, she's very tight.
And there's a toll on a pair of 40-year-olds at the halfway mark. A test of endurance and a test of skill. Green shading Mundine. Perhaps on the scorecards. And helped by the point deduction.
When you waiting for that one big lick, you can't do that. You got to box, man. You box him.
There you see Anthony Mundine just doing a little bit of waiting, and the father of Roy Jones Jr. telling him the same in the corner. That allowed Danny Green to just land a few more purposeful shots while Anthony Mundine was looking for that big punch. But a nice competitive fight. The tone has turned a little bit, and Anthony Mundine's taken the middle of the ring and is very confident in his own power. Let's see how the 6th round develops.
Green says, I'm a fighter, he's a boxer, and I'd rather be a fighter. The fighter in Danny Green is needed right now as he walks at Mundine at the start of the 6th round. It can't be anything else but victory for Green, who has craved this rematch for so long.
As the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. Mundine's now looking to use the counter punch. He's working off the jab a little bit more. He's been told in the corner, stop waiting. You know, be in the fight, stay in the fight. And there you go.
Landing good punches on Mundine.
He's got the will, the look of will in his face. He really, really wants this. As much as Danny does, so does Anthony Mundine.
To land them, you have to wear them.
Watch the head, okay? All right, watch the head, box.
Both of these guys won't accept anything other than going out on top as the winner.
Mundine took one hard to the body. And then the headlock again.
Stop, no punch.
You've got to think twice about them punches now. So Danny's going in a lot over the top. Anthony Mundine is coming down and slipping them big shots over the top from Danny Green. They take a lot out of you when you're tired. And there you go, he's slipping under it every time. So Danny needs to feint that jab and come up with a left uppercut or a left hook, and he'll catch Anthony Mundine as he goes down.
Off his head.
But I'm surprised Mundine still looks very, very alert. He's got that look in his eye.
He's taken the punch as well. But Green has been able to land. Oh, he nearly went again. Mundine to the back of the head.
He thought about it.
Straight to the right.
No love lost there. No love lost.
Back of the head from Mundine.
The referee's got to take a little bit more control and break them positively. There's a little bit of uncertainty in there, and it's showing in the fight. Nice jabs from Danny Green.
The straight lefts followed by the right. Mundine snuck one through the defences.
That's what he's been looking for all night. He's looking for the counter punch over the low left that comes back from Danny Green. And he's starting to land a couple now.
The right hand into the ear.
In between, though, Anthony needs to be working, needs to be jabbing, needs to be constantly letting them hands go.
Green is landing a better percentage of punches than he did in their first meeting. Tried hard with the right, it slipped by. Gets one in right on or just after the bell. That's 6 done. And the feeling that has brewed for so long is as sharp and pointed as ever.
bring that heart rate down. All that hard work.
Inside there, when you get it down, you've got to bang the uppercut up.
Breathe. Don't lean in. Bring your hips with you.
They would have been hard to split in the 6th round.
It's a very close fight. I don't think it will be argued if it goes one way or the other, but it's very close in there.
To round 7, Mundine and Green. Not much between them. No shortage of talking points.
Not at all.
No hooking. No hooking. Okay? Go.
That goes as active a referee as you could see in a feature bout. Mundine searching for that jab, which is such a trademark. It's not as prolific as it has been in the past. Green trying to avoid a heavy punch of Mundine, who had him fitted up.
Mundine caught him a couple of good right hands there as Green tried to play a little bit and go underneath the shot.
Got caught in a bad spot.
No more holding, okay?
The referee's running in without telling these guys to stop, and it's pretty dangerous. It's got to be a lot more purposeful with so much animosity between these two guys.
Terrific right from Mundine.
Beautiful.
Green answered in kind.
He did. That's it.
Mundine looking for his own power here.
Oh, and he took a right hand and the left up from Danny. Oh.
Now Green loses a point.
From Green.
Each has earned the ire of the referee. The scorecard's been adjusted.
Absolutely.
Off his head. His head up. Step back.
The fight's too close to be throwing points away on silly things like that.
A minute to go in the 7th. Green on the move. Mundine can't get inside at the moment.
Anthony's really got to relax and just start to throw out that jab, just lead off the jab as he walks in. He's looking for the major shots after he hurt Danny a couple of times in this fight. It's weird to say, but Anthony Mundine's got the speed, but yet Danny's got the output. Danny's doing a little bit more work. Just in the lulls, Danny's just throwing them 1 or 2 punches, but Mundine seems to have a bit of control.
Green backs Mundine up.
In saying that, yeah, he gets backed up.
Let him go. Let go of that head. Let go of that head.
Too close to have any real power or menace. 7 done. It'll be Mundine's round with the point deduction. It'll tighten the scorecard.
Just a little bit.
A 10-8 round, yeah? When they did 2 rounds, eh? From this back in this.
There you go, Anthony Mundine pushing him back, trying to push him, and some fighting on the inside and some more cheap shots as these guys go at it on the inside. The referee's got to be more purposeful. A beautiful right hand from Anthony Mundine there as he targeted the chin. Danny Green did really well to take it. There we see more action. Mundine trying to go downstairs and then takes a right hand as he's waiting and repeating himself. Nice right hand from Anthony Mundine. He's been looking for that. And at that point it landed.
3 rounds to go. Danny Green has been insistent that in his past 3 fights, his last 3 rounds have been his best. It runs counter to the overall view that the longer it went, the more in Mundine's favour it seemed. There couldn't be much between them.
It's very close.
For reputation, for satisfaction, for fulfilment, much rests on the 9 minutes of boxing that remain.
Nice
the reaching left of Green landed.
Exactly, nice left up from Danny Green. Mundine landed a nice right hand coming back. They both landed right hands there. Mundine's working off the jab and so is Green.
You've got to give to get. They're standing toe-to-toe.
This is correct. There's no... It's two-way traffic here.
They will trade blows and see if they can settle it.
There is so much pride. There's so much at stake. There's so much will.
Mundine on the move at Green.
Yeah, looking for the big shot and takes one while he's waiting.
Green punched his way clear. Over the top goes Mundine.
Danny Green's just sucking in the air, trying to fill them lungs with some oxygen. Anthony Mundine looks a little fresher, but I think he's had slightly less punch output in this contest.
Green keeps his defences intact and then moves at Mundine.
I still, the ref's got to just break these guys more purposefully. He's passively breaking them, and that's why there's so many punches in between these clinches.
The ref has worn one. He was right there while Green wore one from Mundine. The round up for grabs in the final minute of it.
Absolutely.
A critical round it could be when the sums are done.
It's tight and Mundine's backing him up. See, he's powering, looking for them big shots. He's backing him up and he calls him a nice left hook.
A flurry from Mundine.
Danny's sucking in some deep breaths. Mundine should pressure him and put the pressure on him, make him more tired. Danny Green's holding in there well, two veteran boxers. Nice right hand over the low left. Good action on the inside.
Both men patient at the end of the round.
My break, step back, no problem.
That'll see us to the end of 8. 2 rounds to go. These are so difficult to score. It's so tight into the corner with Anthony Mundine.
All right, you got 6 minutes to do this, boy. Now, you've been had to fight. All you got to do is take it over and quit trying to just throw single punches. That was close for him. Quit throwing single punches and put something together. Don't wait, get money. And don't wait. Quit waiting. You can do it, man. Move forward, man. It's more forward. It's your fight, man. All you got to do is go get it. Sometimes all it takes is be willing to suffer a little bit. You got now, man. You win these 3 rounds, you win the fight. 2 rounds. All right, pick it up here.
Tony Mundine, who is never drawn to extravagant comment or prediction, suggested that Anthony Mundine could stop or knock out Danny Green in the 9th round.
Wow.
That theory is about to go to the test.
Big call.
2 rounds to go.
2 pivotal rounds to go.
They will know exactly how tight it feels, just as we do watching. A chance to assert themselves, a chance to take it out of the hands of the judges.
They're both punching with bad intention. And like we said, I don't think... Oh, nice right hand from Anthony Mundine. I don't think anybody anticipated Mundine would be pushing Danny Green back in this fight. But that's what's been happening for several rounds now.
Can he shake Green again?
Okay, my break, no punch.
There's no denying the sense of power that Mundine is starting to generate.
Absolutely.
As he chops away at Green.
Yeah. It's set
and landing, right telling punches.
There you go. He's throwing big shots. Nice uppercut from Mundine, and Green just wheels him on and says, come on, let's keep going.
Mundine is after Green, trying to live the words of the father. His inspiration throughout.
We will never hear the end of it if he puts a stop to Danny Green. That would be a legacy stamp that he wants and needs so bad.
Some thought into the line of attack. Green lands a right hand over the top.
Takes the offensive. These guys taking a very well-deserved break, a little lull in the action before you anticipate the next big rumble. Among Green's using the referee on the crowd.
Oh, that was a good right from Green.
Beautiful right hand from Green.
Mundine feeling the urgency and Green's happy to meet it.
Yeah, he's pushing him, Mundine's backing him up and he's really going for it on the ropes.
Mundine punching hard.
He caught him. Green looks tired, looks worse for wear, but he's coming back strong.
Straight back on to Mundine.
What a great contest. For inside and out. Mundine's looking into the crowd. I don't know if he's looking for approval or what, but keep your eye on the prize.
There's been no cheekiness, there's been no histrionics, but his confidence is building.
Absolutely.
And just as it has, Green tries to shake him up.
Mundine's throwing haymakers. He's really going for it.
It's unsubtle. It's base.
Mundine's going for it. He's really, really trying to put this guy away. He's throwing every single punch with bad intention.
Heavy punching. It'll go the distance. There may not be a margin as we look towards the last 3 minutes.
All your experience here, mate. Breathe deep, pull the heart rate down. Nice and deep, nice and deep. Last round. The last round.
These were the punches of the 9th round.
Massive action as Mundine just dug his heels in and tried to spring off the starting blocks like Usain Bolt, just putting every ounce of power and energy he has into his shots. He's desperate to get this KO. He really wants that. Good action, great inside action. Going into the final round, and a beautiful left up there from Anthony Mundine.
Round 10, a hug.
A lot of respect.
They entered the ring tonight never expecting to return. Careers that have run in near parallel with just 3 minutes remaining to settle it once and for all.
Exactly.
Green with the first decent punch of the final round. Mundine with a jab.
They've lived in parallels. They've both had some adversities, both had some great wins, won titles, and now they're back after so many years.
They have measured each other as the best fighters of their age. It's just the second time they get to work through it.
Absolutely. Looking at the two fighters and the looks on their faces, Mundine looks fresher, looks less bruised.
And the margins could be especially small. A scoring punch here, never mind a knockout.
Everything is critical, it's crucial. It's at that point.
Green with the jab to counter that of Mundine.
Nice parries from Anthony Mundine, just blocking them left hands away, and he's going to look to come over the top of them left hands with his own right, but got caught by a right hand from Danny Green.
The tangle.
Just a slip.
Green's knee on the canvas. But nothing more than to rise. Mundine has the right cocked.
Ready to go.
Green's got a mind to land one of his own, but Mundine, he is swinging from the cheap seats.
He's giving it everything. He's not throwing anything lightly. It's all with bad intention, and Danny Green's nose is bleeding pretty badly.
Mundine has drawn the blood.
The look in his eyes is like a tiger going for his prey. He really wants to put it. He's looking for the big shots.
Step back. Take a deep breath. Step back. Hold it. Let it go.
This is the close round.
A minute to go. It could be the decisive round.
Nothing particularly definitive on either side, and one of these guys have got to look for that definition to just take them over the edge.
It's not the moment to hesitate and die wondering.
Absolutely.
Mundine got the left jab in.
Mundine, he looks fresher. He's going to look for the big shots to finish off this with 30 seconds to go in this final round.
Centering. Green advances. Mundine backed up, but couldn't get anything telling away. The last exchange.
Coming to the clothes, the crowd in the combination. And a bit of bravado.
The great rivalry is over. Both men with gloves raised. Never been shy on their own abilities. But it is in the hand of the judges. Both think they've done enough. There's barely a breath between them. Ted, you ran a countdown here. What have you got it at?
Well, I had my own personal scorecard, and with the points taken away, and, you know, some being scored for aggression and some being scored for, you know, good aggressive retreats, and I had it even on my scorecard.
You've got it as a draw.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I hate to say that. I know nobody's going to want to hear that, but it was that close, you know.
It is certainly not out of the realms.
It's definitely not out of the realm. Just as we sit and wait and people fight over the Atlantis Magic City tonight, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people there, the after party relaxing, talking about this fight. Let's see if we make it a repeat or return, or a double repeat or double return. Who knows?
For all the bravado, Ted, in front of us, no one will know. In truth, no one will know.
True.
A hug to finish it.
Good to see. Great sportsmanship. It's very, very good to see.
Before a score to settle it.
Let's see. A lot of respect there between the two boys.
So the judges' cards have been collected. They're being tallied. Michael Buffer might be the biggest name in the arena tonight, and all eyes will be on him. It's his job to deliver us a victor.
I think it really comes down to preference, but it could go either way.
Danny Green on the voices at the weigh-in had the crowd with him. He knew when he walked out tonight, certainly after the controversial events of the opening round, the crowd was at his back. But at the end, there is admiration for two men in their 40s who have gone 10 rounds and can barely be separated. There's a belt in there. It's the least consideration. It's your old belt, Ted Kofi.
It is. I don't know. Maybe I challenge the winner and go in there and get it back. I'm missing it on my mantelpiece.
It's far more personal than the gold.
Absolutely.
Loved ones, admirers, decent entourages, and anyone else who's been able to get past the gates.
Wow, that ring. I hope it's got pretty good foundation and stability underneath it, because there's a few people in there.
So what is it to be? This verdict is for legacy and for bragging rights. So we've lived through the fight. Let's find out the results. Michael Buffer is in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Conferudo scores the contest 94-94. He has it even. Judge Morrow scores it 96-94. And Herbert Min scores it 98-90. The winner by majority decision. The Green Machine, Danny.
Vengeance is Danny Green's. 11 years on.
Wow.
Wild discrepancy in the scoring of the fight.
Absolutely.
Lashings of controversy. I doubt much has been settled, but for Danny Green right now, this is what he came for.
Wow.
This is what he has waited so long for, a verdict over Anthony Mundine.
There are boos and there are cheers. But
Mundine doesn't like it.
No.
I'm not sure Mundine even acknowledges it.
It started with controversy, ended with controversy.
Green hoisted on shoulders. And again, the arena is at his back. So that's how it finishes. Danny Green's daughter. They came to the Adelaide Oval on Tuesday night, and in private, they ran around and soaked up the majesty of it.
Fantastic.
Danny was visualising this and hoping for it.
Wow, what a night.
Is that what you hoped revenge would taste like?
It's nothing to do with revenge. I want to say to Australia, this has nothing to do with black or white. This is a fight. It is sport. There is nothing to do with colour. I won the fight against another man. That's it. And that just feels so good. I'm an old man, but I gave it my best. I want to pay a special tribute. I want everyone in here to raise their hands and clap. I don't care what you think, but for putting on a show for all you guys and for being one of the best athletes in the country, hands up for Anthony Mundine now, please.
A wonderful gesture. You're so calm again. You're feeling 43 years of age?
I'm feeling 53, but tomorrow morning I'm going to feel 63, but for the next, whatever, how long I got my life, I'm going to feel 23 because I just want to pay tribute to all the people that have come to support me, all the people that are sitting at home around Australia and sitting in the pubs and clubs that have shown me so much love and support. I just honestly fucking love all of you.
We love you too, big guy. We love you too. Dirty fight, or is that just how it goes?
Hey, it's a fight. They're all dirty. So what? He's trying to bowl me over and trying to bowl me over. That's the game. I've just got so many people to thank. I don't know where to start. My beautiful wife, my two amazing kids who've been with me forever, and I can't thank them enough. I don't know where to start. Where do I start? My mum, my dad, my sisters, my brother, everyone, my buddies. Special thanks to my trainer for a long time, Angelo Ida. My kind of man, BJ Brooker. Dave Birchall helped me in this camp. I want to pay special tribute to Razor Ray Frank and this man here, who flew over for 10 weeks, basically packed up and come out of retirement to help me, was with me every single day. I love this guy. We've got a special bond. Without him here, I wouldn't have been able to make it. I'll tell you the story another time. I'm so full of energy and love, and man, it's been an amazing ride. Angelo and I have had an amazing journey together for 15 years. H.E., where are you, H? Hey, H, Angela Hyder, stop yapping, you mug. Come over here. Thank you, mate. It's been a wild ride. We've had an amazing journey. We've had some ups, we've had some downs. We're going to have more because we disagree and we agree with kind of the same cats. But thank you, mate, for the care, the professionalism. Oh, you know what? You're the least professional guy I know, but thank you for everything you've done, mate. It's been an amazing ride. We've had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. And to all those people in my corner, Ray, BG, and Brooker, who comes up and gives me a hand, Big Pat, all the boys, Billy Mead, thank you so much. Justin Manolicus, fuck man, I'm just going on because there are so many people to thank. Adelaide, Leo Bignell, the people from Adelaide. The Minister for Sport in South Australia, the City of Adelaide. You guys rock! I'd also like to thank a special thanks to my buddy Johnny Hall, who flew over for it and be in my corner. Thinking of you, mate. I love you and you and your family. And Molly, Crown Casino for all the support. Pete, Isha, Yang, all the boys. So many guys in Visigard, Barry Lunn. And a special thanks to the four-leaf clover, Marion McCormack. Everyone say thank you.
I don't think he's forgotten. Oh, no, he has.
No, I'm not finished. I'm not finished, but I'll let you ask a question. Sorry.
Greedy, you've handled yourself perfectly inside and outside of the ring. Congratulations. We'll let you say thank you to the rest of the crowd. We've got pubs across Australia that are desperate to get out.
So Danny Green wins on a points decision where one judge scored it 94-94, another judge 96-94, and the third judge remarkably scored the fight 98-90. Let's go to our panel of experts here. Barry Michael, world champion. First, your thoughts, because let's be honest, up here we scored it a Mundine win.
Look, I think the three of us up here, and Lauren, of the four of us, I had Chock winning quite comfortably, to be honest. Danny was hurt badly in the first round, and it was like a cheap shot basically. But and Mundine lost a point for it. Greeny fought back valiantly, but sitting here, he wasn't landing clean shots. He was throwing punches that were hitting the shoulders, whereas Mundine was continually landing with the jab. I don't see the decision was correct. I'm sorry.
Paul, can I ask you, 98-90 for one of the judge, remembering that Danny Green was deducted a point as well at one stage.
Yeah, so that judge effectively scored it 9 rounds to 1 in Green's favour. Look, Anthony Mundine won that fight. Yeah. Let's be clear about that. He punched cleaner. Danny barely landed a clean blow the whole fight. He would go in behind a couple of ineffective jabs. He'd throw a right hand and miss, and then he would grab. And that was essentially the fight. And then Mundine, after the foul, his whole body language changed. He suddenly got braver. He suddenly started stalking. He was the one that was pushing the fight for the rest of the fight. So you look at him, Mundine knows he won the fight, and you know what? He knows he was gypped over it.
Lauren, can I get your thoughts on these amazing pictures in the room? The end of what has been a remarkable boxing career for Anthony Mundine. It is an emotional time at the end of any sportsman's career, but coming out, his team were absolutely ropeable with what seemed to be the decision going against Anthony Mundine. We'll get over to Danny Green in a few moments' time. There he is, Danny Green, because he has been a wonderful warrior. Full marks that he could stand up to 10 rounds after what was a cheap shot, Sneeko shot early on. Right. Lauren, let's get your thoughts on it.
Sure. Well, I probably would have given the first 4 to 5 to Danny. His work rate was a lot better than Mundine's. Mundine didn't throw anything besides a jab. Danny threw more punches, and whoever throws more punches wins. Doesn't matter if you land or not.
You've got to land.
I think you've got to land. I think part of the skill of boxing is you've got to land on your opponent.
But he threw more punches.
Yeah, Willie Pep once won a round not throwing a punch because he made his opponent miss. Mundine was doing that all night.
That's true. But also the referee didn't say break, and I heard people talking saying that, that was a cheap shot, but really it's not, because he got a point deducted, so he was punished for that.
And then Danny got a point deducted too.
Correct.
And I don't see Danny won a round from...
Well, then I thought Mundine came good for the last 4 to 5. I thought it was quite close. Mundine definitely came on at the end, but Green threw a lot more punches.
I thought Mundine won the last 6 rounds quite convincingly. Yeah. The first 4 we can sit here and argue over. Yeah. He won the last 6 rounds. They both had a point deducted.
Green didn't look great at all.
Lauren, thank you very much for your attendance tonight. It's been great having you here.
Thank you for having me.
So Lauren is there saying that she scored a Danny Green win?
50-50.
Okay, close.
She had a 94-94.
I go half-half. That's not an offence.
She was the 94-94 judge.
All right, let's celebrate the win as it is, though, because Danny Green in the ring there has had a wonderful end to his career. And I know he said he hasn't spoken about retirement. He did send out a tweet last night saying that this would basically be the end. We hope so, too, because what a way for him to go out.
Yep.
He has been a wonderful fighter. He's a great fellow. I love Danny Green. I love everything about the way he goes about things, the way he stands up against violence in the community, yet gets in and brawls in the ring. He's been a wonderful ambassador for the sport and for his family and for his state and his country.
And I'll say this too, Eddie, he was brave tonight because he clearly changed his whole body language after that foul. He suddenly started to keep blowing. You could see him blowing continually air out of his cheeks. I've never seen Danny Green do that in a fight. He was clearly gassed after 2 rounds, and that can be the effect.
Let's go inside the Mundine room, and as you can see there, they think that their man was the champion tonight.
Yeah,
Tony Mundine and Kota Nasser, his long-time manager, the whole team in there. So they see no disgrace in anything that's happened out in the ring tonight. Michael Buffer, who was in the ring announcing and then, of course, announcing the result, is with us now, an international boxing expert, a man who has seen lots of fights over the journey, some of the biggest fights in the history of the game, a Hall of Famer in his own right. Michael, your thoughts on tonight's fight?
I was really surprised with that one score. I mean, without a doubt, it was a close fight. And maybe even could have gone either way. I don't know how other people scored it. But the one score of 98-90 by Min, I don't know what he was looking at. You know, it wasn't a pretty fight, but it was a real fight.
Yeah. So you're right up close. We're watching from the cheap seats here, but we're watching it on the monitor. And, of course, the coverage here on Foxtel tonight was unbelievable. More cameras, everything there. So you got the close-up view. But you're right there. You're watching it, you're hearing it, you're watching the spit and the spray coming off. Did you think that Danny was able to beat Anthony Mundine tonight?
You know, I hate to give my opinion as a winner or loser. It's not my job. But what I saw was, and I didn't score this fight. I usually do. The first round, with what happened, I just became completely unsettled and didn't start even thinking about scoring rounds until the third or fourth round. It was such a crazy thing. I was surprised he didn't get a full 5-minute sit down and then have the doctor evaluate him. Obviously, it was a concussion. That's what a punch like that does.
Well, that one right on the buzzer, Barry. You can see the lights are out there for Danny Green. How he was able to keep his feet, he ended up going to the ground. Can we ask you guys, you experts in boxing, what was the performance of the referee tonight? Because he seemed to be jumping in and not stopping fights at times. He seemed to be going in. As Jared Waitley said in the fight, he was very much in the fight himself. And, Michael, I must concur with you that I would have thought a 5-minute stay of proceedings would have been the obvious thing to do so early in the fight.
The worst thing, of course, and it could have happened, would have been a DQ.
Yeah.
If the doctor had said, I don't want this guy to go on, he's had a concussion, and the protocol would say, that we have to stop the fight, that would have to be a DQ. That was a flagrant foul.
I believe Danny was clearly concussed after that, and I think he fought the rest of the fight in that state. He came back somewhat, but he didn't come back fully. The referee was really poor tonight. He should have given him a 5 minutes rest there, which is in the rules. And then on top of that, he stepped in far too often for often innocuous little fouls and
but it was a rough, messy fight. You know, a lot of headlocking and holding, and it was messy as hell. Well, but to be honest with you, the way I looked at it after the first round, I mean, Danny probably was never the same again the whole fight, but Mundine was landing the cleaner shots and Danny wasn't landing clean shots, the way I saw it.
So the first round we saw there was a point deducted off Anthony Mundine for that cheap shot, for want of a better word. Foul. And the seventh round we just saw there, a point deducted off Danny Green for constantly holding the back of the head there.
Fair enough.
All right, so guys, where does it go from here? Is that it for them, Barry?
Let's hope it is it. Let's hope that there's no more rematches. I don't want to hear about a rematch. No. That's for sure. Let's just look at all the young up-and-comers we've got. Your Maloney boys and, your Timmy Tszyu and your Zach Dunn, of course.
You've got a good boy, Zach Dunn,
I've got Zach Dunn, 24 fights, 24 wins, 19 KOs, and number 5 in the WBC, 5 IBF, 6 in the WBO, 12 in the BC, and we're going to get a shot and we're going to win a real super middleweight world title.
Let's be fair, Nick. They were 2 old men in there tonight. They've really fought. They fought like old men.
They did.
There was better fights on the undercard tonight, in all honesty. I hope that they can both just go back to their paddocks now and just retire happily.
Let's hope they can shake hands. They've made a lot of money with each other and, walk away.
Yeah, buy a new car and drive into the sunset.
Exactly.
But you're right about the Maloney boys. They really look like the real deal. I mean, the one fight that we had on the early fight, before the main event, with Andrew Maloney, that double hook, body head, unbelievable. I mean, stuff that a real veteran does. A beautiful fighter.
Well, Michael, welcome to boxing Aussie style. There's never a dull moment down under, I can promise you. But Michael, it's great to have your beautiful voice, and the introduction was something.
Thank you so much.
I think there's a few boxers who are going home tonight with a new ringtone on their phone.
It was a lot of fun, though, to be here. Like I say, that fight wasn't pretty, but it was a real fight, no doubt about it.
It was one with feeling, no doubt about it. Michael Buffer, thank you very much for being part of the show tonight. And guys, don't forget that our attention now turns to the footy season. Of course, Fox Footy has been a staple part of the AFL for a long time, but come February 27, it's Fox League.